was still warm. It's the only time I plug my ring into or do anything.
Just talking. It's a 0%. What is it?
It was hot though. Well, of course, I use the airport. I know roll hat down.
Oh, of course.
Because
Wait.
I was warm. So I said, I'll be over.
But you also have lots of your knees. My knees.
No, that's not what set it off.
No.
Just because I was warm in this region. That's what he told me. Trying to go through a full security
Alrighty
pat down.
We're live.
I know.
Must pass.
Oh, yeah. Then we take everything off.
Is it me?
What?
Is it a female?
No.
Well.
Every time. Place and I get
6:30, we'll call the regular city council Monday, July 11th to order. If we could start with the Pledge of Allegiance, please. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, with that, do we have any additions to the agenda tonight?
Mr. Mayor, I have none.
All right, with no additions, I'll look for motion to approve the agenda as presented.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries 4-0. That will take us to public comments. If there's anyone who would like to discuss anything that is not on the agenda.
I just want to say we had a beautiful car show.
Wonderful, thank you. Yeah. Thank you. Anyone else? Hearing none, we'll close public comments. We'll move to consent agenda. Is there anything on the consent agenda that needs to be pulled for further discussion? Hearing none, I'll look for a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
Moved.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion, a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries 4-0. So with that, I would like to thank the Howard Lake American Legion Post 145 for their donation to the Mayor Fire Department of $2,000. Very much appreciated. It will go to good use. So thank you to them. With that, we'll move to 6A1 approval resolution 711-2022-21, granting Nuvera Communication a franchise through 2027.
Mr. Mayor, council members, the city of Mayor entered in a renewed cable franchise agreement with Nuam Telecom to construct and operate a cable system in the city. This was ordinance number 184 and was approved by the city council on July 23rd, 2012. Sometime around May 24th, 2018, the company changed their name from Nuam Telecom to Nuvera. So now the company is requesting another extension of the current franchise agreement until August 1st, 2027. So with that, I would ask that you would approve the ordinance.
So is this
Resolution.
because of the name change, or is this an extension
It's
further
an-
than what we had?
It's an extension further than what we had because it's expiring, or it's running out.
And has city attorney taken a look at this?
No, I didn't send it to him. Do you want him to see it? I thought that the previous city attorney probably reviewed it. It's the same ordinance that we had before. I just didn't know that you wanted to use your resources that way when it's probably already been reviewed.
There weren't changes from
No.
from previous one.
Nope, they're asking for the same one. It's up to you if you want him to see it. I can wait and do that, but
Any other questions for the administrator?
So they pay a one-time fee of 1,500 for the lease,
yeah, whatever, yeah.
and then it's 5% of all the accounts?
I don't think we have a franchise fee. If we want to have a franchise fee, that's what the franchise fee would be. But we don't have a franchise fee with them.
Ooh.
Was that in
There is no
I didn't
fee.
See that in there.
No.
And it's on,
Oh, it's a
Section
grant of
7.
franchise. So then at time of acceptance, the grant shall reimburse the city for all reasonable costs. So if we have to have the attorney review it, then they pay for that in processing and awarding, but they'll only pay up to $1,500. And we may treat it as a franchise fee to the extent permitted by law. But we don't collect anything on each statement otherwise, no.
under Section 7, operation and administration provisions, it just says the city may require.
May, and we don't require it.
Okay.
We don't require that. It's,
We haven't ever required it.
no. Just, yeah. Because what they're gonna do is just add it on to the bill and then people are gonna pay more anyway, so.
It's a benefit to the residents to
Yep.
have internet and
Mhm.
cable option. This is just for the cable. This isn't for,
Well,
Nuvera offers.
Nuvera's,
well, they do both, but the franchise is, from what I
But you're-
understand, is just the cable
right,
section.
Right.
The Frontier, for example, they have just internet here and they don't need a
And I
franchise.
agree. I think it's important to have options for our residents.
Yep.
And
So
then
I'm
they can
okay.
choose. Yeah. All right, any other questions? If not, I'll look for a motion to approve resolution 7-11-2022-21.
I'll make that motion.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Motion is second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
I,
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries 4-0. That will take us to 6A2, approval of contract with Olson and Hobby for architectural services.
Mr. Mayor, council members, the city council has been planning for some time now about public works building and an expansion. And in your 2022 general fund budget, the city did budget $100,000 for the expansion. Attached is a proposal from Olson and Hobby Architects. Their fee is $28,000 plus reimbursables, which are outlined also in the proposal. Staff is recommending approval of the agreement.
Questions for Luann on that? Hearing none, I'll look for a motion to approve the proposal for architectural services for the public works expansion in the amount of $28,000.
I'll make that motion.
Second?
And a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries 4-0. That will take us to city council reports. Councilmember Melender, anything to report on?
No, the planning commission was canceled for July.
Okay. Councilmember McNeely?
Nope.
Councilmember Held?
Nope.
And I have nothing myself. We're just continuing to move forward with the administrator search. I think myself and Luann will probably have a call with Pat Melvin tomorrow and just make sure our schedule is set now that we are only down to 3 candidates for interviews. So we might be able to push it a little bit later to accommodate some, to make sure everyone can be there for interviews. So if that doesn't work into people's schedules, certainly let us know.
I do have a council report.
Okay.
We had EDA. But I apologize that sorry,
Oh, that's all right.
Chad reminded me.
No worries.
That was a while ago. It was like
Yeah.
the week prior. We just talked with a party that was interested in possibly purchasing the community, the old fire station, and then just talk about different things. And we're gonna meet again in July for a couple weeks.
Perfect. Thank you. Anything else? All right. With that, I'll look for a motion to adjourn.
Make the motion.
Do we have a motion? Do we have a second?
Second?
Motion is second. All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed, same sign. We are adjourned. Well, then we'll jump right into the workshop meeting.
Yep.
We'll call to order and we'll start with the discussion on 62nd Street.
So, Mr. Mayor, council members, I know that this has been an ongoing discussion with the city council about 62nd Street and whether you want to annex in those 5 or 6 properties that there are, but I've had contact again from a real estate agent about the property to the, is it to the south?
Yes.
Or Drew's property? Is it to the south of Drew's?
Yep.
So, and whether there would be water and sewer available for that lot. So I just wanted to bring it back here to see what direction you wanted to go, whether it's something you want to put on for next year as a project, or what do you want to do? And as far as annexing it in, you can do it by ordinance because it's totally surrounded by township. So you won't have to ask the township. I wouldn't think, you will because you'll be courteous to them, but they can't really contest it because the municipal boundaries adjustment will allow you to annex it in.
Is there an easement between the lots on Westridge to bring?
I don't think there is.
Okay.
Should have brought,
Or I shouldn't say Westridge, on Ridge.
So we've had this discussion before.
Yep.
When other property owners have come in about updating their sewer.
Yep.
I mean, if we were going to do it anytime soon, because they didn't want to invest in the updates required if they were going to be required to hook up to city sewer and water.
Right.
From my understanding, those past conversations, we have to have 100% agreement from all residents to annex them in.
Not by
Not 100
ordinance, I don't think you do.
I think for annexation, I don't think we have to have any agreement.
No.
with anyone. I think we can do it.
Yeah.
Okay, then that was just me misunderstanding something in the past.
I know we had talked about this in that property a couple years ago at Public Works, didn't we, Dave? About getting water, and so we talked about a couple different options.
Yeah, we've talked about this a long time. So the one thing, and Luann and I had gone to the township, this is years ago now, but our annexation, our agreement with the township at one point said that you had to have 100% petition to come into the city, and it was really set up for the kind of the development properties. And so that was kind of a sticking point. Then you had to pay, I don't know how much an acre for when you were bringing in a property into the city. So that aside, the challenge we've always had with water and sewer on this piece is that it's, there's only frontage on one side, school on one side, city property on one side, and then the residents on the other, and they're big lots. So it ends up being a long run of water and sewer with only a handful of properties to assess the benefit to. And so when we've done feasibility studies in the past, the cost has been fairly significant, and it's kind of died at that point.
Because the homeowners have to absorb some of it, correct?
The homeowners have to pay for it.
All of it.
Well, the sewer and the water hookup from the road, just like how Ridge Road, like when we redo it, or do they also pay for the actual road? Like,
Yep, the whole thing.
I was gonna say. 'cause
And the
that's gonna
section
be
of the
a-
road as well.
Because it's all new.
Oh, that's a,
Whack and sack hookups.
that's a significant cost there, I'd imagine.
Right, but you could put the assessment out for 20 years.
Right, I'm
And-
just saying
And
that
there's some things you could do with,
single lane road there.
And I know we've talked about this for 15 years.
Yeah.
And I think we're at the point we should make the commitment. Are we going to do it? Or I don't think anytime soon, but I think we should be notifying the property owners. We're discussing it. We're thinking about it. Try to get a feel for when each of them last put in a well or their septic system, and kind of pick a date. It might be 10 years from now or 15 years, whatever it is, that we're going to look at doing this, or we take the date from the newest septic system maybe, and make sure they get their value out of it. If they put it in 2 years ago, we shouldn't do this next year, and that's $25,000 that they wasted because now they don't need it. I think we should kind of do some math and kind of figure out,
Be courteous.
a good timing that
But
we
yeah.
do. It's surrounded completely by the city. I think we should be bringing it into the city.
And the other thing that you could do is even though if they've put in a septic system, there'd be a way that you could abate back some of the city taxes to assist them with the payment of that and too. So that even if you, so say you brought them in next year and did the project anyway, and there's somebody that's got 8 more years left on their septic, well, you abate a portion of their taxes for 8 years to help them with that payment of that, and then tell them in 8 years you have to hook up,
Right.
you know,
Something like that, yeah.
where you'd have, and you
I
could
mean,
do it with each property
would it
owner.
take
Yeah,
much
that
to
would be
reach out
better, because
to
if you
each?
went,
Would it take much to reach out to each and find
No.
out when they last?
No,
did-
Time as well.
well, that would probably be a discussion we'd have to have with Centerpoint and with,
Well, because I mean, that's right.
are they on propane yet?
I would assume so.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know where their electricity comes from.
Yeah, they might have kind of same electric. and
Well, yeah, they could have
gas hookup
electric
as anybody
meters and
else.
stuff, but I don't think there's city gas out there.
I have no
I
idea.
don't know.
Let's start doing some research.
Okay.
I think, and get some ideas.
I'd like to be creative, so if we annex them in, that it is worth their while, and would it benefit them? Yes, it's
And maybe
an
it's-
expense, but I kind of like your idea, like get creative with,
Yeah,
you
maybe
know.
we even ask them, are you guys interested? Is this something you're interested in, or are you for or opposed this in general too, as out of a courtesy? If they're all for it, that changes everything.
Right,
Can we invite them to like a workshop?
Sure.
just to-
Yeah,
sure.
and I think we should let
And
them know.
I
we're
remember
talking
last
about it.
time we had them
We
here,
did.
a lot of them did not,
Want it.
but,
Yeah,
But they
but
use,
they could change. I mean, that was, I don't
There's a
know.
lot of changeover on that street. I don't think
Mhm.
half those people live there anymore.
but, and the other thing is they use all the city streets. They're getting all the benefit of living near the city, but not paying any taxes to the city. So, you know, that's not,
Out of courtesy, let them know,
Yep.
and we can keep them
Okay.
abreast of any meetings we have.
I would agree with
And
that.
I know one property owner owns two lots.
right.
That would be, I mean, that'd be quite a lot then for
Yeah, I would let them know
them, but.
we're talking about it again.
And like I said, even if it's 15 years from now, I mean, we should at least have a plan for the future and for future councils too. I think it should be brought in, especially to Luann's point of they get the benefits of everything too. And it just makes sense. I mean, why would we have it right around a little island there?
And they use the park. The one woman has a daycare, or had a daycare when I was here before, and they use Discovery Park. So,
Right.
you know, so, you know,
Thoughts, Larry, any thoughts on it?
The property to the east, we know when that's going to be developed?
No.
Haven't heard anything?
that's Trumpy Homes.
Yeah.
No. No, I think did we have a concept plan on that or maybe?
At one time we did.
did?
That
Yeah.
was-
I thought when they
Long
first
time ago now.
purchased it, we
Yeah.
had some discussions on that.
That was before
The housing.
the housing market
Yeah.
went
Mhm.
for the wrong direction.
Redstone was quite the development.
Yes, it was
One
gonna be.
Right. Oh,
Yeah. Okay,
Okay, yeah, let's start getting some
Okay, let
information.
me-
Get what you can out of them, let them know we're starting to discuss it. Nothing's happening in the
Yeah.
near future, but,
Okay.
you know, kind of get their thoughts on it.
okay, I can do that.
And Dave, any idea, well, I suppose what costs are gonna, I mean, we're talking quite a bit to put in.
It was expensive at the time. It's
Yeah.
gonna be more expensive now, but, I mean, if, at a minimum, I can pull up kind of the work that had been done the last time we looked at it, but it was $50,000
You want it? I've got
property.
it.
Let's,
I've got it. I found it, but I didn't want to bring it forward just knowing that things have changed.
let's keep that on the radar for the new administrator
Okay.
also, and we can start talking at Public Works, some of these discussions also, bring the council.
The other thing the city could do too is you could pay for part of it too, knowing that you're gonna, you know, that eventually you're gonna get taxes from these people too. So, you know, down the road, your assessment, you might decide that because it's a unique piece of property, you change your assessment policy. I don't know. With that understanding.
Or something, I mean, we
Right.
should be able to figure something out, but
And then the city finance part of it, and not assess it all.
let's keep that on, and like I said, we'll start discussing on Public Works as necessary and
Okay,
have this discussion with everyone's in agreement.
And I'd check out that annexation or current annexation
Yep.
agreement.
Yeah, let's look at that too. And make sure we know where we're at with that.
Yep. Okay.
Good. Okay. Anything else with that? Anything else you need, Gwen?
Nope, not me. Nope.
All right, let's go to the community center rental.
You want to address it? You want me to?
You can go ahead and start and then.
Okay, so we've had requests from youth basketball groups to rent the community center. And Watertown Mayor is one of the youth groups that rents or comes and will rent from us. But we're getting requests from other groups besides Watertown Mayor, and they're asking for, and correct me if I'm wrong, they're asking for out into 2023 for us to make a commitment to them, to give them a date. And we don't know that we really should be doing that because we really want to probably give priority to the school district, first of all, Watertown Mayor, or do you want us just to whoever first come, first serve? That's what we need to know.
Maybe check with Watertown Mayor.
Yeah, do they know what dates they want? I mean, do they know?
I don't know if they do.
Maybe we
No.
run those by Watertown Mayor, just say, would this conflict with anything? This is what we're looking at doing.
So I've been approached by two different clubs from Watertown Mayor, and one is for basketball youth and the other is baseball. And they usually run consecutively. One takes Tuesday, Wednesdays, and the other one, or Tuesday, Thursdays, and the other one takes Wednesdays. They don't always show up, but at least the space for them is here because they just don't have the space in Watertown. Since they have been coming here, we've been approached by other traveling clubs. And they would like to use the gym and sign, like for this next school year, and then the following, the 2023-24 school year. So we're looking out. I know gym space is always like hard to find. We're still getting calls from Mayor Lutheran High School to use this gym, but our priorities lately were to allow Watertown Mayor youth groups to use those evenings. So we're just looking for direction
See
on,
if we get a commitment from Watertown Mayor and see what their thought, and let them know other people are reaching out. We're coming to you guys first.
yeah.
Right.
Let us
That's
know what your thoughts are before we, from a courtesy, obviously, but
And then I don't know if I want to go, I would just do it year by year. I wouldn't commit to 2 years on a.
Right, that's what I was
And just say like,
I agree. I don't think I go that far out.
Right. And
and they might say, well, then it's just not going to work for us. Then that's her answer. And
We know,
Right.
we have, people are going to use it. We just can't commit to 2 years.
right. We're out that far.
How do they do baseball in there? What do they use? I mean,
they use nets and it's just throwing. It's mostly just, no, it's just basically strengthening their throws and,
I'm sure you're gonna have a stray every once in a while, but
yeah.
And that's probably okay. But
yeah.
We used to have a priority list of who got priority. And I don't know if we want to resurrect that again or not. I don't know.
I'd reach out to Watertown Mayor first and get their
Yeah.
thoughts
That's
on it and let them know we've had interest in.
We want to be courteous to
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
Okay. We can do that.
Okay.
So it's
Yep.
like a plan, is that enough?
Yeah, that's
Work.
definitely, and then
That
we'll
help?
just work on this.
The other ones
Upcoming
local.
school
Are they
year.
local at least? I mean, they obviously must be
Yes.
somewhat local. But
The coaches, I believe, both live here in Mayor. So, yeah.
I'd like to accommodate them all if we can. If
Yeah,
we can make
right.
it work, for
Right.
sure.
Of course.
Yeah, it sounds like Mondays and Fridays are available.
Fridays are tough.
That would be the other thing with Mondays. Is it an issue if there's, for council meetings, if we have anything in the gym
We just
No.
let
that
the
you
doors
foresee?
shut.
Yeah, we used to have stuff and then we'd shut the doors.
Shut their doors.
But with all
Yeah.
of our codes and security, couldn't a renter still come and do their thing on a Friday?
The only problem
Well,
with the Friday,
we have it
sometimes they're
rented
rented for wedding.
For weddings.
Right. But I'm saying if it's not and a baseball team
Yeah.
or whatever,
Then
and,
For sure. They
Well,
can go.
Okay, yeah.
Absolutely.
okay,
We
okay.
wouldn't be able to commit every Friday. because-
Right, obvious
And
reasons,
that's
yep.
kind of what they're asking is
Yeah,
they're
'cause they're
looking
gonna
for
want-
weekends and they want to book them
Right.
already, like coming up here in August for all of this next school
For
year,
weekends too.
for weekends
Oh.
too. So this
Well,
is where,
Well, are they like, is this where, is there a rental fee? Like, are they charged a rental fee or is this nonprofit?
it's
an hourly-
nonprofit
And it's an hourly rate.
and it's $18.50 an hour.
Right.
So $37, but they get nonprofit fee, which is $18.50
I'd rather
for
see
2
it-
hours.
I'd rather see it used than just sit
Right.
empty anyway.
Okay,
Yeah, reach out to Watertown Mayor and let's see what their thoughts are.
okay. Yep, that works.